and that's going to be Shelley Kemp. Let's see if we can bring her on. We got Shelley coming on. Where's she? Trying to add her. Now, Shelley, I knew you when you were working, when you were out here in California. We used to hang out and
Yes,
we'd do
that's
gigs and
right.
stuff, and
Uh-huh.
that was a blessing. But I just learned tonight that you're not actually originally from California. You're from da 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 da.
I'm
You're
from
from this
Hawaii.
place.
Yes, I'm from Honolulu, and yeah, all the way from Hawaii, and yeah, half my family is out there right now. My mom and dad still live in Hawaii, and my daughter now moved out there. She married a local boy out there, and now has two grandsons.
So you
Well,
have a
my
reason to
two
go
grandsons.
there. You have a reason to
Yes,
return
oh,
there.
absolutely. I will have many reasons to go there. So,
Like nobody
but
needs
yeah,
this excuse to go to Hawaii,
I
but
know, I know.
that's amazing.
A
Uh,
place to stay at least, right? A couple,
yes. So my understanding, and I know we'll probably get into this a little bit more, is that you released an album in 2019 called Unchained.
Unchained. Yeah. Well, this one. Look, I'll take it off the wall
He's gonna
here.
unchain it right now.
My husband framed it for me just in case. I don't. Oh, it looks like there's a little bit of glare. And if I can, there we go. That looks pretty good. So that's the cover
Do
there.
you have
Yeah.
other albums, or is this is your one right now?
This is my one right now. I did I sang a song I did a Christmas, not a whole Christmas album, one song with Hector Agosto, that he just released. So I was just back in California, um, singing for a CD release concert, and that was just lovely. It was good to see everybody. But no,
Nice. I
that was
missed you. I didn't hear
my
about that. I would have gone.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah. It was yeah, so 2019. In fact, I released the album November 2019, and less than 6 months later, all, of course, seemed like hell broke loose, right, with the pandemic.
Oh
So,
my goodness, you
it's
got
just
out just in
funny
time.
but I look back at that and I think, wow, I don't know what you were doing, Lord, but and here I am in Georgia, and I'm still, I use those songs, you know, even here. So I
In,
mean,
in
God is using the
in a
work.
nutshell, what is the inspiration of the title Unchained?
Unchained. Well, that's what the title track is called Unchained, and that song was came from Acts chapter, I believe it was chapter 20. I think it's chapter 20, where Peter is in jail, okay, and with, I believe, either
Silas.
John.
Silas?
He's in jail,
John.
right? And basically, the angel comes and breaks him out of jail, right? So and then there's another later in Acts. There's, where they literally unchained. Becomes unchained. He's chained, because they're so afraid that he's gonna get out of jail this time. Again, they know he can do it, but that's the inspiration, is that Jesus breaks every chain that there is. We even in our sinful, in our flesh, we don't even realize sometimes how unchained we really are. Our sin, our flesh holds us back in so many ways.
Mm.
We are like, oh, I can't do it. No, Jesus. You know, God
Okay.
is gonna just does so much of the work already.
Shelley,
So
I believe that that word that you just said right now about being chained and then God being able to unchain you is going to set the tone for this whole evening. So if people can listen to each artist and every word of every
I
song
feel, amen. Totally.
through the
And this is
lens.
my so before we even got here, I was thinking, what is my word for tonight? What is my word? And I said to myself, free indeed for 2023, right?
Woo! Amen.
That's right. And I was like, yes, absolutely.
Well,
So 23, yeah, you need to be freed. You know, Jesus is going to do it for you, and this will be this is the year.
you know what?
We are going to
Eh, People don't
healing and
intentionally get chained. You know, you start with one drink, and then you start getting hooked on it. You start with one potato chip, you eat the whole bag or whatever. And then, so we don't intend to get chained, but we do. But God is here to unchain us. All right. Well, I'm gonna get out of your way so you can be unchained and release the worship this evening and sing for us. It's all we're gonna give
I
all to
see.
you.
I think
God bless you.
that's. I wasn't going to start with this song, but I think I will now. So
Amen.
I'll go ahead. I will go ahead and start with the title track from my album. It's called Unchained.
Woo.
I did set free. My heart's wide open. My heart's wide open. Show me the way. New life for me. My heart's wide open. My heart's wide open. Show me the way. 'Cause I am unchained. I am unchained. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. The truth, the life in you, all of my days. The truth be told, your word be spoken, your word be spoken. Show me the way. Let me be bold. My will be broken. My will be broken. Show me the way. 'Cause I am unchained. I am unchained. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. The truth, the life in you, all of my days. 'Cause I am unchained. Oh, oh, Jesus, you're the cornerstone, rejected by your very own. Unchained, I am unchained. Oh, you bled, you died upon a tree, a sinless life you gave to me. unchained. I am unchained. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. The truth. Oh, new life in you. All of my days. All of my days. 'Cause I am unchained. I am unchained. Oh, I am unchained.
Amen. 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 Okay, I got two things I'd like to interject about that song. Number one, I can envision you in advance of there being any kind of a graduation from a recovery program, going 2 weeks ahead of time, doing practice sessions with all the men and women, and then them all singing this together with you at their graduation ceremony. I could totally see that. That would be amazing.
Hey,
Can you imagine all these people saying, "I'm
like
unchained"?
a little, a little prophetic there. Yeah,
Yeah.
I am involved a little in a recovery program here. I kind of come in and help and play worship for them. But yeah, for sure.
Get them singing though, not just you singing to them. Them actually going up there and proclaiming, "I am now unchained." I mean, just
Amen.
there's power in that. Amen. And
Totally.
one more thought. Yes. And of course, that was at Jesus' expense. And by the way, we talk about salvation is free. Yeah, it's free for you, not free for him. He paid it all. He paid it all, not only to save you, but to set you free. And when we think of chains, we think of addictions, right? But there's another kind of chain, which is a chain of health issues, cancer, COVID, so forth. But about back in 2014, you got cancer in your throat, I believe. You completely lost your voice. That was a chain that Jesus broke off your life. Could you tell us about that?
Yeah. So I had, well, when I got it, when I got the diagnosis, I didn't realize, that the thyroid is like, it's right here. It's right over your voice box. And you have nerves that literally thread like a needle through, and everyone is different through those nerves thread through your thyroid. So when you get thyroid cancer, they want to take that out, right? So it takes a really experienced and very talented surgeon to be able to basically dissect that. You're dissecting those nerves and separating those nerves from the thyroid, so that you don't damage you don't damage the voice, and you don't damage your ability to swallow, because when you swallow, what does your voice box do? It closes. So that
I bet you had more than a few people praying for you.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. But I did, Brad, I lost my voice for about 8 months. I could not sing. And here's the thing, and a lot of people are like, whoa, you had cancer. Oh, that's awful. No, I look back at that and I say, no, that was when God poured out his spirit on me, and I started writing music. So that this song Unchained did not come at the beginning of that. It came at the end of that period, of a few years.
Okay, point number two for this evening. We have Unchained. Point number two, perspective. It's not what happens to you, it's how do you evaluate it. Now, if you look back on that and say, wow, that was God working in my life, versus, some people shake their fist at God and get bitter, and other people grow and get better. It depends on how you look at your circumstances and God's involvement in it. So that's just beautiful. So I know that you I guess you started going to Hope Chapel in Hermosa Beach, and Alan Kasaka gave you an opportunity to sing in the in a praise band. You weren't sure about if this is going to damage yourself again or whatever. But
The end. It might have been, the end of my vocal career. I thought, that was it.
yeah, so
Perhaps, and I was willing to accept that, but I could play the guitar.
well,
I
I'll tell
could
you what.
play. You got to
People might have
play.
questioned whether you'd talk again, but singing is the next level because that really works these things. So anyway, I just wanted to mention those things, and I'll kind of get back out of your way, let you continue. But man,
All
you're
right.
inspiring me, and if you're inspiring me, I can see Liz over there clapping her hands too. So I know you're inspiring a few of
Oh,
us.
by the way, yeah, Liz, love the t-shirts. Oh my gosh,
Yes.
I think I may have to contact you. I may need to get one of those, and we may need to put something like "Free Indeed" in 2023 or something.
Woo-hoo!
And heaven bound on the back,
Heaven bound
right?
and free
Or something like
indeed.
that. I was thinking that, so yeah,
All right,
definitely.
she's
I
give her
will
your
catch
address.
up
She's
with
gonna mail them to you.
you
All right, what else do you have for us this evening, Shelley?
Well, I've got another song. It's called "Stand in the Light," which we have to do every day in order to
Amen.
survive, right? Stand in the light of Jesus.
Amen.
Come, stand in the light. Come, stand in the light. Come, stand in the light. Stand in the light of the world. You're the reason in every season, in every breath we breathe, in tribulation we bring you our adoration. Down on our knees, we're free. Come stand in the light. Come stand in the light. Come stand in the light. Stand in the light of Jesus. Come stand in the light. Come stand in the light. Come stand in the light. Stand in the light of the world. Though darkness falls, in hope we're called to living sacrifice. Out in grace we'll go. Oh, 'cause in faith we know the sun will surely rise. Come stand in the light. Come stand in the light. Come stand in the light. Stand in the light of Jesus. Come stand in the light. Come stand in the light. Come stand in the light. Stand in the light of the world. And there will be no more fear, no more night, and every wrong will be made right. No more tears, no more shame. Jesus washes every stain, and we will stand in the light. Ooh, come stand in the light. Ooh, come stand in the light. Stand in the
Amen.
All right.
Amen. By the way, when you do that song on your album, is it a full band?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
So
Yeah.
this is
I have
you're
a
doing
lot.
unplugged. You're doing unplugged right now, but
I'm totally unplugged now. If only we could figure out a way to have them all, playing at the same time with drums and
you know
woo,
what?
yeah.
It can happen. It can happen.
And but
Just
if you want
go
to
into
hear that, I mean,
the
I'm on
sanctuary of a
all
church
on
or
all
something.
platforms. Yeah, well, I mean, I do that. In fact, that song we do at my church here in Georgia
You
at
got me
New
with
Beginnings. Yeah, yes, yes. The kids all know the woohoo. That, yeah, for sure.
Okay, real
We
quick,
do that one.
how do we practically stand in the light?
How do we? You know, there are many ways. There are many ways to do that. Prayer, that would be number one, right? Prayer, be continually in prayer, always in a conversation with the Lord. That's basically what when Paul tells us to continually be in prayer. It's basically a conversation, that we have.
Yeah,
So,
my understanding of
but
darkness.
yeah, but then it being in His Word, there are many ways that God, speaks to you through His Word, and then of course through fellowship, to being held accountable, by the people in your church, and I don't mean in the way like shake your finger kind of like shame on you kind of thing. Don't do that. I mean because loving relationships, within your church, with your friends, godly people, bring them around you. That's how you steps. They all have the Spirit of God in them, right?
Amen.
So you are in loving relationship with them. That's how you stand in the light of Jesus.
And they'll say, "How are you doing in this area?" I'm praying for you. That's different than And also
Exactly.
the opposite of light is darkness. Darkness is when you want to sin and you think, "Oh, if I close my eyes, God doesn't see me." Well, no, He sees you all the time. You're in darkness because you don't want to see.
Even in your darkness, He sees you. You cannot
Of course.
hide.
Yeah, you cannot hide. You don't want to. You don't want to because He knows how bad we have been, and He still loves us anyway. And Bible says that the light came in the world, and people prefer darkness over light because they didn't want to give up their evil deeds. Because you'd rather say,
Amen.
what, I don't want God to see what I'm doing, but you know what?
Sad.
It's better. Yeah. Come to the light. Let God take these things out of your life. He's got something way better for you than whatever you've chosen for yourself. All right, what do you have next for us, sister?
Well, let's see. What do I got time for? I don't want to put you guys back on. Let's see. Red, what do we have time for here?
Yeah, at least one more song. At least one more song. You're good.
We've been talking. Okay, one more song. All right, I'm gonna go ahead.
He said two. Red says two.
Red says two. Okay. Yeah. All right now. Okay, I'm gonna hold you. All right. Well, here's a favorite of mine. This is not one that I wrote, but it's a medley that I love to do, and who can say no to a little Bob Dylan? So I do a little medley of Bob Dylan. And a couple other worship songs that you guys probably know. So here we go. knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Ooh. Oh, Lord, put my guns in the ground. I can't shoot them anymore. That long black cloud is coming down. Like I've been knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, 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 knocking on heaven's door. Ooh, we need a savior. He can move a mountain. My God is mighty to save. He is mighty to save forever. Author of salvation. He rose and conquered the grave. Jesus conquered the grave. Ooh. Knock, knock, knocking. Jesus, holy and anointed one, Jesus, oh, knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. 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 Oh, ooh. Knock, knock, knocking. Ooh. He's mighty to save.
Woo!
It's been a while. I have a little audience in back here. Yeah, my grandsons and my husband and my daughter, and they're all. It's kind of nice to have an audience once in a while.
If you have
Not
time,
just the computer,
if you have
but
if you have time after your last song, maybe you can bring them up and let's see them.
you want them to come up? Okay, you guys come
Sure,
up. Come on,
sure.
hurry up, quick, 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 quick.
Introduce everybody to us.
Yeah, well,
They don't want to come, do they?
yeah. My youngest, you met my oldest, my daughter Camille.
Hi, Camille.
Kelly, and then Austin, my grandson Austin, and Ted. Come here, Ted. He just retired from the army.
Okay, so I see several good reasons for you to.
24.
24 years. Ah. Woo! Yeah.
Right before my eyes, I see a bunch of reasons why you're in Georgia now.
Yes, I know. I'm going, what? Why did you go to Georgia? But yeah. Well, you you can't pour in and teach your grandsons and teach your family without being there face to face. This FaceTime, no, it doesn't work.
Even now the doggy's there.
And my dog, yeah, my
Happy
dog.
New Year.
I actually have 4. You only saw 2. And
You know,
I
when
have
you
13 chickens too.
20 chickens, that's amazing.
In LA.
By the way, when you think about knocking on heaven's door, that could be there's 2 ways of understanding that. When a person's getting old and they're about to kick the bucket, you say that person's knocking on heaven's door. They're just about to die. And knocking on heaven's door could also be coming to God in prayer. And they both have something in common. They both have the idea of entering into God's presence. So you can either enter in God's presence by going to glory with him or by just inviting him into you wherever you are. Amen?
Amen. Totally. Totally. I love that. And I hope people make that connection, whatever that connection is for them.
Amen. Do you have one last song for us?
I do. This is going to be called Morning, Noon, and Night. And that is how often we should be praising him. Every day, morning, we should be praying to him, talking to him, right? Morning, noon, and night. It's a little bluesy tune. Here we go. Lord, you have loved me. Numbered all my days in your right hand. So here I am. Lord, you have saved me. You're fully God and man. You understand. So here I am. I know I don't deserve it, but in your grace I stand. So I'll exalt your name on high. All this joy I feel inside, no one can deny. So I'll lift my voice to you and praise the whole day through. Morning, noon, morning, noon, morning, noon, and night. Morning, noon, morning, noon, morning, noon, and night. Lord, you have called me. I cannot comprehend what's in your plan, but here I am. Lord, you have made me all I am today at your command. Now here I am. Whoa, I know I don't deserve it, but in your grace I stand. So I exalt your name on high. Whoa, this joy I feel inside, no one can deny. So I'll lift my voice to you and praise the whole day through. Morning, noon, morning, noon, morning, noon, and night. Morning, noon, up here. Here I am, Lord. Send me. 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 So I'll exalt your name on high. Oh, this joy I feel inside, no one can deny. So I'll lift my voice to you and praise the whole day through. Morning, noon, morning, noon, morning, noon, and night. Morning, noon, morning, noon, morning, noon, and night. Morning, noon, morning, noon, morning, noon, and night. Morning, noon, morning, noon, morning, noon, and night.
Thank you, Shelley Kemp. Oh, I love that part. Okay, so there's another point now, another nugget you just threw out there. I'm gonna say it right now. Here I am. Everybody out there, can you repeat after me? Say, here I am.
Here I am.
Send me.
Here I am, Lord. Here I am.
Here I am, Lord. Not here I am,
right.
drugs. Not here I am, alcohol. Not
I
here
am available, ready at your command.
So we can say, here I am, Lord, save me. Here I am, fill me. Here I am, send me. Amen. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to see your face, to hear your voice, and to fellowship with you, and to be blessed.
Awesome. I missed y'all.
You never used to talk like that.
I don't know. Y'all, I can say y'all now, right? It's so funny to hear that come out of my mouth. I'm like,
I miss all y'all. Well, God bless you, sister. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna bring on our next artist for the evening. But it's been a blessing, and hope to see you again soon. You take care. All right.